Mega Evolution. Hands down the best concept and battle mechanic Pokemon has ever created. Beloved by fans ever since its inception in Pokemon XY, this mechanic caused countless Pokemon fans to create their own fan art of Mega Evolutions over the years and even to this day. And in Pokemon Cardinal, several new Mega Evolutions can be found in the wondrous Norcloh region. In 2020, HoopsAndHipHop released his 20-part series known as Pokemon Cardinal. This series featured the Canadian-based Norcloh region, filled with amazing cities and towns, fantastic new Pokemon, and especially very cool Mega Evolutions. So in today's video, we'll take a look at the 5 best Mega Evolutions Pokemon Cardinal has to offer. These Mega Evolutions breathe new life into some old favorite Pokemon, and we'll take a look at some Norcloh exclusive Pokemon as well. Be sure to also check out the Pokemon Cardinal project with a link at the top of the description if you haven't seen the series yet. With that said, here are the top 5 best Mega Evolutions from Pokemon Cardinal. Beginning the list, we have Mega Blimwall. Blimwall is the final evolved form of Narwhal, the water-type starter of the Norcloh region. Blimwall is based on Narwhal, and as you can probably tell by the name, a blimp as well, similar to Drifblim. Narwhal and its evolution Walloon share inspirations with Drifloon, as both lines are families of Pokemon that start off as balloons and then turn into big blimps. But while Drifblim is based more on a hot air balloon, Blimwall really takes on the blimp aesthetic similar to those you'd see flying over a sports stadium. Mega Blimwall takes all the traits of regular Blimwall and makes them even cooler, as a proper Mega Evolution should. Upon Mega evolving, its body actually appears to thin out a bit, which would make it faster and more agile in water, but it also gets some dark markings, notably towards the tail, and this makes it resemble a torpedo that would be fired from a submarine, which you can also see in the design here as well. Its horn gains additional colors towards the tip and it becomes more imposing and menacing. The lower half of its face is darkened with black markings as well, and this just makes this really friendly and lovable looking Pokemon family become a fearsome sea creature. Blimwall and its pre-evolved forms went from Pokemon that looked super cute and friendly while being strong to looking like a Pokemon that would wreck your day if you just looked at it wrong, and I absolutely love it. So Mega Blimwall had to kick off our list. At number 4, we have Mega Voltic. Voltic is an electric-type Pokemon found in the Norcloh region and is used by the gym leader Ella of Chevalite City, albeit its pre-evolved form. It evolves from Connectric, an electric-type Pokemon that bears resemblance in shape to that of Rotom in my opinion. But when it evolves into Voltic, that's when the design really becomes amazing, as it resembles more of a kaiju type of monster and has a much more intimidating and bulkier appearance. I love the complementing blue and yellow for the different types of electricity, this also being the same color scheme as Manectric, and it honestly feels like an electric type version of Gengar. But when a Mega evolves, the design gets even better. Mega Voltic now has a more godly presence in my opinion. Its arms appear segmented from its body, its yellow electricity that comprises its body has now become a darker orange-yellow color, and its face has a little more detail to make it look even more menacing. What makes this design so good is that this could also be a standalone design as well for a legendary Pokemon, since it's just that good. It even feels like a Thunder God I'd see in the franchise like The Legend of Zelda, and if this wasn't a Mega Evolution, this would be perfect for a 3rd stage Pokemon for this line. The name is great, the design is great, and this Pokemon would be great on any playthrough team for Pokemon Cardinal. Next up, we have Mega Elderoos. Elderoos is the final evolved form of the grass-type starter of the Norcloh region, Shrubberouge. When Pokemon Cardinal was airing in 2020, I chose Shrubberouge as my starter Pokemon to use while I watched the series, and I was amazed to see its final form look so cool. From the name, you can tell this line of Pokemon is based off moose, as they are pretty much synonymous with the northern areas of the United States, and especially Canada in this case. This cute little moose baby evolves into this proud-looking and strong moose Pokemon, and it's my favorite of the Norcloh starter trio between Elderoos, Rocketeer, and Blimwall. Elderoos actually reminds me a bit of Torterra, with the small groves and greenery on its body along with the few spikes on its back, and Elderoos is even grass-rock type as well, sharing an earth attribute with Torterra. A Pokemon being similar to Torterra or making me think of it gets an automatic dub in my book. But when a Mega evolves, it gets even better. In the same nature as Mega Voltic, Mega Elderoos also has a legendary presence to it. Its antlers grow immensely, signifying its sheer power and stature, and it grows a big grass-like beard, which could signify its wisdom as well. This is another Pokemon that I could also see belonging to a franchise like The Legend of Zelda. It has a spirit of the forest type of vibe, as if it's the grand protector to a forest. It looks even more powerful than before, as it should, and this entire line is just the perfect natural progression from start to finish. It's honestly one of the most cohesive Pokemon families in the entire Norcloh Pokedex, so it makes the number 3 spot. In the penultimate spot, we have the mascot legendary Pokemon for Pokemon Cardinal, Cardivios. But behold, Mega Cardivios! This is how you make a legendary Pokemon. Cardivios is a fire-ice type, perfectly combining two opposing forces into one perfect union. It's got awe, wonder, mystique, exudes power, and has a commanding presence. The lore built up surrounding this Pokemon throughout the series was greatly written, and I love when Cardivios finally appeared later in the series, but that doesn't account for its Mega form. Mega Cardivios is on another level. Cardivios in its normal state seems like a seamless fusion between Ho-Oh and Lugia in terms of taking the red color from Ho-Oh and the fur, then taking the body shape of Lugia very notably in the wings. But when a Mega evolves, it bears more resemblance to the body shape of Latios and Latias. This Pokemon is soaring high and ready to protect the Norcloh region. The color combination for Cardivios is excellent, with red, white, and light blue going perfectly well together. The black accents give it a more edgy and strong feel to it, and I love the wingtips and tail appearing in the form of an icicle to really represent the ice typing that it has. All around, Cardivios and its Mega form are absolutely incredible designs and are more than deserving of being here in the runner-up spot. Now before we get to the number 1 spot, there are two Pokemon who just fell short of making this list, and those are Mega Nidoqueen and Mega Nidoking. These two Kanto Pokemon are ones that many people have wanted to get their own Mega forms for a while, with lots of fan art being created for them. These two designs are really good, but in my opinion just aren't as good as the ones we showcased earlier in the video. I do love that both of these designs make both of them bulkier and stronger looking than before, and I actually think Mega Nidoqueen does it a bit better. It retains the same body shape while making the tail longer and adding longer horns and spiky appendages onto its body. Mega Nidoking on the other hand gains more mass, which makes it look fatter in my opinion rather than just looking like a tank with more mass and bulk. I still love the design since it adds the same features as Mega Nidoqueen, I just wish it retained the more muscular build that regular Nidoking has. These two are absolutely great designs, but the Pokemon I discussed earlier were just a bit better. But now let's see which Mega Pokemon is the best from Pokemon Cardinal. So for the majority of this list, we've seen brand new Pokemon from Pokemon Cardinal, but now it's time to end this list with a familiar face, as the number 1 spot goes to none other than Mega Breloom. Breloom is of course a fan favorite from the Hoenn region and is a pretty popular staple among players if they didn't already choose Sceptile or even Blaziken as their starter Pokemon. Now honestly, for the longest time I really didn't care for Breloom or even Shroomish growing up because I just saw them as mushroom Pokemon, similar to Paras and Parasect, which was entirely wrong of me because Shroomish is so cute and Breloom is so freaking cool. I've come to be more appreciative and understanding of Pokemon designs in the last 5 years, and this is why Mega Breloom is at number 1. It takes an already great design and turns it up to an 11. The mushroom on the top of Breloom's head gets even larger, which made me think of it looking like a sun hat that ladies will typically wear with sundresses, but more specifically it resembles an East Asian straw hat commonly seen by those working in the rice fields, which is called the Asian conical hat. In Japanese it's specifically called a kasa. Its green body actually receives a brighter and more vibrant hue, its claws look more fearsome and sharp, and its body is designed in a way that makes it look like it's wearing a sort of armor or protective clothing over its body. For some reason I get samurai vibes from Mega Breloom, which only adds to the cool factor this Pokemon already has. All in all, Mega Breloom was a fantastically designed Pokemon and has got to be the best Mega Pokemon from Pokemon Cardinal. But these are just my favorite Mega Pokemon from the series. Be sure to leave your favorite Mega Pokemon down in the comments below and let me know if you agree with my list. Until next time, train hard and I'll catch you guys later.